Hi, welcome back to McMorris Prosthetic Services. Today, we're going to do some at-home exercises. These are simple things that you could do at home, whether you've started working with your prosthetist or started working with your therapist. These are good, simple things that you can do, in your bed, on the floor, just basic stuff. We are fortunate here in Utah to have a couple amputation clinics that specialize in amputation care. One I've been able to do quite a bit of work with and asked them if they would be willing to help me out for this video. So in this video, we're up at Northern Utah Rehab Hospital working with Lauren, who is their inpatient PT, and she specializes in the amputation program and really is one of the ones leading it. But she helped me go through these exercises and kind of give some things that'll be nice for at home. It's kind of difficult to hear the sound, so I'll kind of cut in and out and let you know what's going on. But this is Lauren in Northern Utah Rehab Hospital. I am not a medical professional. Lauren is for sure. But, consult with your doctor and make sure that these things are safe for you. Consult with your physical therapist. But again, these are just great, some basic, easy workouts that you can do at home.
So we'll do the prone hip extension stretch. And then you're just going to lay on your stomach. And I would say about hold for 30 seconds if you can.
Lifting up my residual limb like that.
We usually start out with just
Just stay
basic.
up here.
Yeah.
And then down.
And then down and then up. And then if you want to, you can always roll a towel underneath the residual limb and bring that up to get a greater stretch.
So this prone hip extension is great for, like just getting out of the hospital, or even, you've been in the hospital bed for so long sitting in that one position, and like I started to get like cramps and stuff in my stomach. So being able to just stretch out, lay on your stomach and stretch a little bit and keep from those contractures getting into your hip is key.
So you're gonna lay on your back and then bring over and then hold and stretch that for 30 seconds. And I would do 3 times.
3 times the same size.
Yeah.
Trunk rotation is really, I love this stretch so much. Even now, 12 years later, I do this all the time, especially right before I go to bed. If I've been wearing my leg like all day, it is so nice to just, reach over and stretch out your spine, stretch out your hip a little bit.
Pull and hold behind the leg and pull it towards your chest and hold that for 30 seconds.
Are you doing all these in sets of 3?
Yeah.
Here we're pulling up on the hamstring, nothing crazy, but it is just great to get a good hamstring stretch. Everybody needs that, especially us amputees, and so it's helpful to just lay down and stretch that out, and it feels, really nice, especially in the beginning. All of these things are making sure we're not getting contractures.
Bottom up on the table and then back down. Up, hold a few seconds, down, up, okay, bot, and then down. We would do probably 10, 3 sets of 10.
The residual limb bridge is great for helping with that extension strength. So pushing through and pulling on your prosthetic so that you can extend through, that's what that is great for. And now we're here into the sound limb bridge, which is always just great to maintain both sides, right? Because our sound limb, if we're fortunate to have a sound limb like I am, then you need to take care of that because it's overcompensating and doing a lot of extra work.
Up towards the ceiling, keeping
the side lying hip abduction really is great. All of these next few are the key ones for, just making sure that we're not getting those contractures and that our muscles are staying loose and our hip is staying loose so that we can move around and have the freedom once we're in our prosthetic to move the way that we need to move to, again, get that extension or get that flexion when we need to, especially as BKs, making sure that we have extension in our knee and can get that full range of motion on our knee really makes a difference in how easily it'll be to adapt to your prosthetic in the beginning.
straight. Yes, there you go.
Oh yeah.
There's the
In the
burn.
side lying hip lift is great for that sound limb hip, that sound hip, because it is doing so much extra work. And it's like lifting me upstairs and lifting me out of chairs and doing all of those extra things. So making sure that we're stretching and strengthening our hip, our knee, our calf. I always have to stretch my calf out and things like that. Making sure that we're paying attention to our sound limb as well is important.
Legs in front of it. And then this leg comes back, and then this leg up towards the ceiling.
Lying hip adduction, adduction, is very difficult in the beginning. I really struggle to get any lift up there at all, but it really is important to have that strength pulling your prosthetic inside so that you can keep your feet under you and stay balanced. And so that's why this one is important in the beginning. And then the chair lift or the chair push up, a lot of people ask me, like, why do I need to do work on my shoulders or my upper body if I am missing my leg? And it's like, I guess it's a fair question, but also if you're using crutches, your shoulders are really supporting you if you're using crutches. Or if I don't have my leg on around the house, if I'm in the bathroom, my shoulders are helping me in the bathroom. They're lifting me as I use the counter to push off of and things like that. Or if I have my leg on and I fall, then my shoulders are what I'm using to reach out and catch me and things like that. So my shoulders are very important. If I end up in a position when I'm in a wheelchair again, my shoulders are how I get around. So making sure that I stay on top of my shoulders as well as everything else is super important. So those are some of the basic workouts. Again, nothing too crazy. It's really just stretching and trying to make sure that we're staying loose, not getting contractures in our hip and different things like that. We'll have more workout videos coming later. I want to spread them out just a little bit, maybe a BK centered one and an AK centered one. But all of these are good to do, like Lauren says, 3 sets of 30 seconds or whatever it is, depending on the workout. But once you get past 3, you're not really doing much. So you want to, just get it so that it feels good. You feel like I'm stretching out and I'm getting some sort of movement into my day. And when you're ready to get your prosthetic, start standing up on your prosthetic, these things will have helped you because you'll have that little bit more flexibility. If you have questions or want any more workouts, put them in the comments. I'll get back to you. I'd love to help out any way that I can. Other than that, we'll see you next time. Thank you.